Turn on Minecraft music. If it's off, it's on. Here we go. That's a cool thumbnail screenshot. I actually kind of like that. Heyo, ladies and gentlemen, Sarfnic friends, whatever. Welcome back to another Sarfvival stream. This is a main channel stream. I don't really do a lot of these anymore, but I am today, baby. I'm skipping some possible Jackbox and stuff. I might play Jackbox later and switch to stream in that case with some of those guys who play Jackbox. Do it every Friday. But yeah, I really have not been doing much YouTube recently. It's weird. I'm doing like practically as much as I did when I was at college. And I'm home for the summer. And so some of y'all are going to probably ask, why is that? Barely uploading, although I do plan on recording later today, and I will have some videos out soon. Don't worry. I'm planning, I promise you, I'm going to regret it in like about, because like I still have a little over a month left, but that's like nothing. Like I started 2 months ago, I was on summer break. 2 fucking months ago. Yeah. So having a tiny bit over a month actually isn't a lot. Sorry, just this mic, sorry. Having a tiny bit over a month really isn't a lot of time left, and I'm pissy about that. But it's my first time loading this world on 1.19. Yeah. I recorded an episode for this, it'll be coming out soon. It was recording like early June, which in many ways feels long ago, but in many ways feels just like yesterday. It's weird. But I need a place to talk and vent. And I'm just been really busy with work recently. That's the main reason why I'm making content. Like, I come home from... I have a lot of fun at work. I come home, and I'm just dried out. I don't really have, like, the inspiration to, like, work on videos too much. So, yeah, that's really what's been happening in my life. And we're going to talk about work a little bit, because I have quite a lot to say. I've been doing it for over a month. I started on June 13th. So today's July 15th. And boy, do I have probably about 1,000 stories, which about 80% will never be heard or told, or I'd say about out of all my stories I have, a good 20% are from this week. Yeah, this week was definitely the craziest week. It was so much fun, but also a little bit depressing. I'll talk about it in a second. So, yeah, I want to place to vent about my work. I talk about this a lot on my second channel, so I don't think I talk about it much on main channel streams because I've been streaming on the main channel. But I did a lot of like the SMP stuff, like FE SMP on my second channel. I talked about work a lot. I did actually a lot the first week of my work, and then kind of slowed down recently. Like, yeah, for the past 3 weeks, I haven't really talked about it on my second channel either. Well, there's lots of stories that probably won't be heard because I'm only gonna talk about the recent stuff. So, until recently, I'm in an 8-session camp or 8-week camp and 4-week sessions. So we finished the first 4-week session, and then the second session happened, and our boss was kind of like, "Hey guys, this is gonna be the boring, depressing session because we have literally half the kids, which means they had to cut back on staff because other places need more staff." And we lost 2 staff members. One of them quit. The other one, we were overstaffed for how many kids we had. So like, bye, you're gone now. It's actually cool at the bat there. I was gonna zoom in. I'll have to find his out. I just don't want to bother wasting 5 minutes like installing it and shit. So yeah, I guess we'll go mining. I'll just chat with y'all. And I've talked to like Lou because Lou's been a camp. He was a camp counselor last year too, but he's one this year too. And we always talk about it together in Hearth, Discord, and stuff. So yeah, Lou is awesome sometimes. Don't listen to Lou for politics though. But anyways, so this week. There was one point last week, it was where I had to go to a different camp for like a few hours, which was like super fun. I like to call it when they send me to a different camp, realm traveling, like kind of like from Ninjago, you travel to a different realm, whatever. It's like you meet new kids, completely different locations. Oh, it's thundering outside. Out there at least. Today actually was thundering in real life though, which sucks. I'll get into that later though. So, anyways. Yeah, that was fun. I did it for a day, but like, they had no AC. I'm like, I don't want to do this because where I work is like the best camp. It just happens to be the best camp in the area. So, yeah, I got to finish up last week there. And then, you know what these fuckers decided? You're going to be at a different camp for 3 days this week. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And I was kind of like, I'm hopeful. Hopefully this is fun, right? Anyways, it was fun, but there was no AC. And it wasn't for a few hours. It was for a whole 7-hour day. 3 7-hour days. 21 hours at this park. But it's a weird. Like, I started Monday out. I was pissed because I'm like, there's like a 1 week camp group. And I'm like, first they're like, oh, you're gonna be there the whole week. I'm like, no, I won't get to meet the new kids from like the main camp that I work at, and I won't get to meet them because I'll be at that camp for the whole week. And I'm like, oh, I bet there's gonna be some awesome kids I won't get to meet. And they're like, actually, you know what? You can work at your main camp Monday and Friday. And today's Friday, by the way. So I'm like, dope. I'll be working with. You're telling me I'm gonna be working, and I was supposed to cover the new kids. So I did get to meet the new kids. I actually was their counselor for Monday. Funny enough. So I'm like, cool. I get to meet them. Then it's like, yeah, and I go to a completely different camp and meet completely different kids. I don't even know what happened to those guys. And then oh, what happens to this creeper? Gets struck by lightning. That'd be cool. Three. I thought I was done with 2. That's a strat for killing creepers, having them explode. Like, just do ring around the rosy with them. Sarfnic knows this stuff, guys. Like, you all can trust me. Let's quickly raise the wall here just so I have enough cobblestone or enough inventory space to actually pick up this shit. Why can't we get thunderstorms on Hearth SMP, bro? Like, I've been... Y'all know how long you wait times for thunderstorms on Hearth SMP, just for them to happen randomly on some roads like this. I want to get a screenshot of thunder. Oh, okay. That's a problem when it actually hits trees, but the water does take it out, I guess. Whatever, it's natural. Plus, it's not on my property, why do I care? Right? I feel like it just ended the storm. Now I'm trying to take a screenshot. But, anyway, so I gotta meet these new kids, and they were very interesting kids. Because I had to cover for them, cover for the counselor that was out that happened to be in charge of the 1 week group. And one of them had an attitude, this girl. I remember she said something to a teacher. She's like, what's your name? Because you don't know the kids in the first week. And she's like, what, you want my social security number too? I was like, oh god, it's going to be a long week. And those kids gave me a headache. And I'm like, yeah, I'm happy I'm moving to another camp. Like, bye. See you Friday. I'll tell you, for like the longest week ever. I was a little bit pissed because Thursday there was a field trip. We did a field trip 2 Thursdays ago, so a little over 2 weeks ago, and that was fun. So I was pissed, but I heard this field trip sucked. Or, yeah, it sucked a little bit, and I was like, okay, yeah, maybe it's a good thing I missed it. So I go to this new camp, and it's super far away. It's not like a 5-minute walk. Where I work is a 5-minute walk, or we'll get into more stuff later. But this place was a 15-minute bike ride away. It would be probably about 45 1-hour walk. So, yeah, 45-minute 1-hour walk. So, yeah, but never was about to walk that. We really need to put some lightning rods up around here. So, anyways, I go there and I meet these new kids, and it's the first time I go to a new camp and don't spend like only a few hours there. Spend 3 days. And they're amazing. Super fun kids with awesome personalities. It's kind of weird, like, when you get moved. It feels like you're in a completely different location. Like, I'm working a completely different job. Everything's different. And, you know, you get used to kids because most of these kids I deal with for, like, I deal with the same kids for 4 weeks. And sometimes even 8, because some of these kids are still around from June. And I'm like, okay. It's weird now meeting completely new kids, and then you get attached to them a little bit. And there's some kids, and obviously I'm a boy counselor, which according to stats is like the funnest type of counselor. Even my female coworkers are like, bro, boy counselors just get along with kids so much more. I'm like, yeah, I guess it's because of personalities. I don't know, not to be sexist or anything, but they're the ones being sexist. Like, when at my main camp, I was known as like the dude who pushes the swings. Couldn't do that today because it was fucking thunderstorming, which very much pissed me off, and I'll explain why a little more. Wait, is the sun rising? Oh, it got darker, but it looked like it was getting lighter for a second. Yep. Oh, because it was a thunderstorm, so it looked dark anyway. So I thought it was night, but it was just a daytime with a thunderstorm, which is very dark. Oh well, there goes our little thunderstorm. Alright, I kind of like that shot. Maybe not with the berries in it though. The moon there. Let's talk to the wandering trader here. I don't think I have any emeralds, but anyways, so I get to move to this camp, and I meet some very fun kids. I haven't really talked about them that much. Okay, one girl reminded me of the girl from The Bridge to Terabithia, like in terms of look, personality, voice, everything. And that sounds dark AF because that's about the spoiler, the girl who dies, but like had such a fun personality. This girl was like that girl, dude. A little bit sad I didn't get to hang out here today, but I'm still overall happy I got to go back to my main camp today. And then there was this boy and girl who aren't siblings, but they're family friends, and they're so cute together. Anyway, so they look like siblings. Like they get passed off as siblings, and like they've known each other since they were born. They've done multiple camps together, including this one. They went on vacation to Mexico together because I guess their parents are friends too. And the boy was saying how he had a crush on her, but like they're like besties. So they were hanging out. I remember one of the other cats was like, "Damn, I wonder if those two will get married in the future." I'm like, "Yeah, I wonder if, dude." And anyways, I became the counselor who pushed the kids on the tire swing there until a kid bumped his head and started crying. But it was super fun. I got to meet so many kids, and overall, I'm thankful it happened. I just wish I was there for 2 days instead of 3, so I could have gone on that field trip with my main boys. And then, yeah, I did miss a bunch of stuff. Like I missed a puppet show. I'm pissed off about that. And what sucked about that camp though was because it was outside, no AC, so I was outside the entire time. I did not like that part of it, at least. But I did like hanging out with the kids and stuff. Why? Let me trade with you, buddy. Why can't I trade with this guy? Well, he's invisible. I can't really see him, but also I'm like clicking. Oh, I already looked at him. Stupid me. And I was like, oh yeah, none of this is actually useful to me. I mean, sometimes these guys will have like stuff from different biomes. Actually, they technically do. And you're like, okay, maybe it's worth buying then. But I will buy something from him just to appease the market. I don't know. Appease market demand. Yeah, sure, I'll take some red sand. Just kind of like as a decorative thing. Plus, I haven't found a mesa or anything. I don't think I have. I might have. I don't remember. So yeah. Anyways, continue on with the story. We have 29 levels. It was so much fun. It was like an ocean-themed camp, and you know, you just get to meet all these new kids. Like, I'm thinking, like, I completely forgot my other camp existed. Like, I completely forgot, dude. Like, I was like, oh yeah, when I came back today, oh, this place exists. I completely forget it exists. And then, after Thursday, I was done. And I went back to my main camp today, and I was like, oh, it's a Friday, it's going to be beach day. I'm going to have a good time with these kiddos kind of as a finale, because guess what? My boss's boss is like, yeet, you're being moved to another camp next week again. So I'm like, okay, I'll have a good finale with these kiddos. Anyways, it rains, and we've had 5 weeks now, and the past 3, including today, Fridays, only the Fridays usually, have rain, and you can't go to the beach when it rains. And it's like, okay, so so we've only gotten 2 beach days out of 5 weeks. It's so fucking painful. And then 2 of my kids, one of them decided, oh, I'm going to leave on vacation on a Friday, not a Saturday. I wanted to see them because I've been able to see them for the past week. They're like, we're not showing up today. Is that a pink sheep? I probably shouldn't play games here. Okay, that probably was a pig anyways. And another one got sick. And some of them just didn't show up. I'm like, fuck this, dude. Seriously. But despite, like, going badly, it actually was fun for how badly it went. It was, like, the best way something bad could have gone. Like, I still got to hang out with a bunch of kids, including some of those one-weekers. And that one girl gave attitude. I'm like, I bet she did some shit. And they're like, oh, yeah, she said some shit. And, you know, it's kind of like a sad goodbye, too, because, you know, you say goodbye to all those guys. Like, cool, I knew you guys for 2 days, but you technically were here for a week, which is weird. It was like the slowest week ever. And I was realm traveling, dude. I don't know how to describe it, but it's like weird, like when you like meet someone. Then I built this over a month ago. Really, I mean, it feels like just yesterday I was making this. Anyways, this stuff here. It feels weird when you meet a bunch of new kids, and then go away for 3 days and meet a bunch of other kids at a different place, and then completely forget about that place, and then go back. And I still remembered some of their names, which is super funny. And it's like, oh, not much had changed there, but I'd experienced like a whole world. That's like what I call the vacation effect. Like, let's see, a year ago when I went on vacation in St. Lucia, right? I had this effect. So I went to vacation. It was like one of the funnest vacations of my life. Can't believe it was already over a year ago now. And so much happens. I feel like my life it's such a great vacation that like I feel like my life is different after that vacation. And then I go home. And then everything at home is just as it was, as if like kind of like just as how I left it. Maybe a bit different because I was gone for 6 days, whatever, and I same shit. But overall, it's technically the same, and that's such a weird effect for my brain. And that's pretty much how it happens at that camp too. I don't know how to describe it. I don't know. And it happens like in Ninjago too. Like the ninja will be in Ninjago, like the fire chapter, and then they'll go to ice chapter. They'll go to a completely different realm, experience different things, huge adventure, meet tons of new characters, and they'll go back to Ninjago, and everything will be back to how it was before. And that's like a weird. And same thing with college too. Like I go to college, meet so many kids, have like some of the most epic nights, and I come home and then home's just the same. And my life is like how it was before. And it feels like that shouldn't be what happens, right? But that's kind of weirdly how stuff works. Like physically, I don't know. But anyways, that's how it kind of worked in my camp. It's like, oh, it's a good thing. It's like, oh, I get to experience a bunch of fun stuff and not miss much. So I'm like, yeah, it's kind of weird. Everything's the same back here. Although there were a few things you missed out on when you were gone for 3 full days, which isn't a lot. But it's 4 if you count the end date, obviously. It did feel like a lot, though. But yeah, this new camp was so much fun. I had so many fun interactions with kids. I met another crazy kid. Because 4 weeks, I can't believe it was 4 weeks ago now. Holy shit, over a month ago, pretty much. There was this crazy girl at the main camp, but she was part of the 1 week group. So I didn't get to see her again. And I was like, oh, when I found out that she wasn't coming back. But then there's this boy at this camp I went to for 3 days. And he was just as crazy as that girl. But his parents were a little bit kind of angry. Like one time they're like, we heard he was acting up. And I'm like, yeah. They're like, tell us, and you could discipline him, right? I'm like, or not that. It's more like, if he does that, tell him no. This kid needs to learn. I'm like, okay. And it was the same kid it was totally my fault. Like I was spinning the tire swing really too fast and bumped his head. And the parents were like, what happened? And I'm like, yeah, don't worry, it was my fault. I'm like, okay, we just wanted to know. But I'm like, good thing I'll be seeing those guys tomorrow. Yeah, but honestly, it's like experiences like those that make me wish I could be in 2 places at once. You know what I mean? Because it sucks that I didn't get to hang out with those kids today. But I was also grateful because I like my other camp better, and I like the kids at my other camp better, despite having such a fun time with those kids there. Plus, the camp there ended today. It was a 1 week, and I wasn't there on Monday either. But I didn't even have a goodbye with the kids. I was like, oh, I see you guys. But yeah, I guess that's kind of like the thing when you're someone who travels between camps, which I didn't even do that until the 4th week. You meet kids, but you're like, oh, I'm not gonna see you again. And then there's the kids you see for 8 weeks straight. You know what I mean? No one's watching the stream, so no one really knows what I mean. But you never know, if I get famous one day, someone watches all my old streams back. Should people do that with Technoblade now? I really have a big food issue. You're like, I don't want to use wheat. I want to breed my cows, but on most SMPs, I used to just like breed cows to like the point where I was rich, and then food wouldn't be an issue. But on SMPs I played recently, we just like have villagers that give us food. I'm spoiled because of that. Make some fireworks. But other than that, the summer's been fine. The summer's been a little slow for my brain because I'm not as energetic as I was like last summer, for example. So I actually wouldn't consider this summer better than last summer. So because my energy levels are lower, and it's nothing to do with my job or anything, this has to do with my personality and my recent experiences. Like, I came out of a great freshman year, and I came out of a great summer last year, so I'm like low on energy compared to what I used to have. Yeah. Also, I don't think this is supposed to be water. It's supposed to be dirt, I think. So it is a little disappointing, but at the same time, in my memories, the summer will be... Like, I'm already remembering 4 weeks ago with, like, oh, I missed those days so much. Like, you don't know how much I missed the first 3 weeks, technically, of working at that camp. The 4th week was meh, because I got transferred to another camp for, like, a day. It wasn't even the full day. Oh, hey, Chaotic, what's up? Why are you on the second channel again? I was talking about my summer job and stuff, just kind of venting. Not really venting, but, like... Not, like, venting for Among Us or anything, but... Just like chatting about stuff. Let's see. Yep. I might play some Jackbox in a bit, but I think those guys play for a couple hours, and they started like right as the stream started. So I think we're going for 20 minutes. But yeah, hi chaotic. So yeah, I kind of missed those days, like when I had like I didn't have to switch camps because like we were over because we had a lot of kids, and we had a lot more staff members and a lot more kids. Kind of missed those days. The first 3 weeks were amazing, because the first week was the fucking first week. The second week we had like a lot of fun times with kiddos and stuff. Oh, plus there's this one girl who was so nice that I haven't thought about that girl in so long. She was at our camp for the first 2 weeks, was it? Yet, wait, it's been 3 weeks since that girl was. Oh my god, that's insane to me. There's this girl who I was really close with that wasn't one of my kids. She was in the temp group, but sometimes people from the temp group sign up for 2 weeks instead of 1 week, and she was like one of those kids. Man, y'all don't know how much I missed that job, or how much I missed some of these kids. And then the third week we went on the field trip, and it was one of my coworkers' last days. It was one of my coworkers' last days. So yeah, sad times. Sag. Uh-oh, I'm getting laggy now because I'm in a new area that hasn't been loaded since the update yet. Let's make some bread. Let's get this bread. But yeah, I am going to be making more money. And actually, switching camps technically makes me more money. This week at least, because I will have longer hours. So, money. Money's money, I suppose. Can't deny that. But, honestly, this makes me feel bad. I don't really do the job for the money. Like, I feel bad because I'm like, oh, someone... But yet again... No, I don't feel bad because you know what? Places are so understaffed right now. Like we're lowly staffed. Like these people can get these jobs if they want to. Which is something I need to talk about actually. Everywhere is understaffed. Everywhere. Well, it depends. It's low-end jobs. Like some of my favorite water parks in Wisconsin aren't operating because they don't have lifeguards. They don't have enough lifeguards, and it pisses me off. But it seems like this summer, like not even last summer. Like last summer, according to at least where I worked. They said they didn't have much staffing issues. No one wants to work low-end jobs. It's not that no one wants to work. Like even at my college at the end of the year, like they had to shut down some of the food places because no one was working there. And it's like that's so weird, right? Why is no one working there? Oh, I heard walking. I was like, it sounds like a creeper. I built this bridge over 2 years ago, man. Holy shit. Anyways, getting into some more conversations relating to this stuff, mate. I'm over halfway through my job now. Technically, I'm 5/8 through it, which... Let's quickly do that. 0.625, which actually isn't a lot. I don't consider a number a lot until it's above 60%, like, or above 69% specifically. Equal to or higher than 70%. So, yeah. But anyways, they moved me to another camp. But at least this one's not like a 15-minute bike ride away. It's a 10-minute walk away. Instead of a 5-minute walk, it's a 10-minute walk. But that sure beats a 15-minute bike ride away. And it's going to be for the week, so, well, I'm not going to meet the new kids anyways. But anyways, I didn't finish the story, did I? So, yeah, I worked at this camp for 3 days. It was dope. And then I went back there today. No beach, but we did get to watch Coco. And for once, we actually got to finish a movie that we started. There was a girl who, I remember on Monday, someone said she was 5 years old. And we're like, and me and like my boss were like, and some of my other like workers like trying to figure out if she's actually 5 years old. She's big for a 5-year-old probably, because if you're 5 years old, you're not allowed to camp. But parents have lied before and actually signed up. Not this year, but I've heard of other years. Or not this year that we know of, at least. But this is an example of something we might know of. Because this girl on the first day, Monday, was like, when I was like running that one Greek group, was like totally like had separation anxiety, which they literally told us that's a warning sign for someone who's too young. You're like, when someone's too young, they did this training, you have to tell your superiors, or you believe someone's too young. So, yeah, I told my superiors on Monday, then disappeared for 3 days, and then come back Friday. And that girl was like, we were watching Coco, and she starts crying during Coco. And it was like during the scene where that evil dude, Ernesto de la Cruz, is like throwing the kid Miguel, I think. Miguel was his name, right? in like the pit. And I'm like, yeah, this is definitely dark. But I would believe that this girl is... Hi, bro. I gave you my fucking money. What more do you want? Blue ice? Meh. I'm not using these emeralds for anything, so sure. Why is there a scroll bar here? I take a lot of screenshots now, by the way, guys. I want to get a selfie quickly. I want to make like a photo diary of some of my like Minecraft. I did that with my Minecraft stuff, which is good because I have like some legendary moments captured. But anyways, I am, as I always do when I'm telling stories, getting sidetracked. But I swear, I watch people tell stories and like so good at like staying consistent with it, and it's like understandable. And me, I just get like sidetracked and go on tangents and shit. But whatever. Anyways, resuming it, I suppose. I come back today, and yeah, this girl definitely. It's so weird. It's like I was so worried that like being gone for a week would mean I would not get to meet the kids of the new group, and it's like, oh, never mind. On Monday, you're gonna be their counselor, not just like some side counselor who sees every once in a while. You're gonna be their counselor. And then I go away for 3 days, so I don't really get to know them that much. And then I come back, and I did get to be somewhat of their counselor for like half of the day, or like a third of the day when like they want someone to cover the main counselor of theirs breaks. And so it's like, I guess I got what I wished for, but then it's like, next week you're going to be at a completely different camp. For the whole week, you're not going to meet those kids. In fact, I don't even know if I'm ever going to go back there, at my main place, because they might just take me to another one after that. But I'm not the only one going through this problem. Like, one of the workers there, who's a teacher, not a counselor. Teachers are pretty much counselors. There's counselors who have lesson plans and stay in one place. Don't stay with a specific group. They teach all groups. Was like, at least you get to work, like, because ever since our camp like downsized because people just didn't sign up for the second session. Obviously they moved me to different camps, and I was pissed off about that. But for some of the other teachers, like, oh, well, you don't have to come in today. Like, they get mad. They literally say, don't come into work today. We don't need you today, because we don't need you. And this teacher, I'm decently close with, is pretty pissed because she has like 2 different jobs. And she like alternates weeks, like she would only be here half the time. And she's like, at least they let you come in, or at least they give you a job. For me, they're like, yeah, you don't come in. She's like, well, I can't do my other job because I'm out of state now for it. It's so weird. This girl I know, or this girl, teacher, whatever, she has only been here for half of the weeks, right? Well, I don't know why I'm saying right. She's only been here for half of the weeks. I didn't make a stone cutter. I can actually save up a lot of stone. No, whatever. I have like a lot of stone now. I'll just check if I have one upstairs, or up here, just in case. She like only shows up half the time because other half of the time she's in Wisconsin doing a different job, which I know what that job is. I'm not gonna say it, bro. I already feel like I'm disrespecting their privacy by just talking about this stuff right now. I have a stone cutter. Well, fuck it. Let's make a stone cutter. Isn't it like, let's cook up some stone. Some of this with some iron? There's no way I don't have enough to make a stone cutter. Whatever. Let's put some of this away. My inventory's filled with shite, sir. Yeah, it's like you go back and forth between Wisconsin and Illinois. That's a weird thing. It's and like, yeah, they didn't want to hire me, but they had no choice because we're so understaffed. I'm like, yeah, it's alright. Well, watch it be like I've been streaming for 40 minutes. Oh, I've been streaming for 30 minutes now. Anyways, let's continue. I'm gonna actually do something that may seem stupid. Here we go, stone cutter. Never mind. I'll do it right now, which is log out just to save the world. And log back in. Sometimes you lose progress and stuff on single player worlds when it crashes. And, you know, like, I honestly need to make backups to some of these worlds too. I'm gonna quickly have some gummy bears for a second. The sour type though. My tongue is gonna struggle for this. But I feel like I haven't talked much about that camp I was at for 3 days. For like a week. So like, there's so many interesting kids there, dude. There's this girl, I was like Anne Sophia Robin. There's this boy and girl that totally sound like they should be a couple, but I don't ship them because I don't ship children, guys. Come on. There were a lot of interesting kiddos. There's this crazy kid. Some of these kids did like role plays, like they do Among Us role plays, sort of like Among Us, but like they would do Among Us in camp, but like they do it in real life, and it did not work out. And there was one time where they decided to play the prison game with me, which happened in my old place 4 weeks ago. So I already had experience. It's just running away from kids, and like they'd be trying to get you, and like eventually there not much place to hide at least this place, and no one was on my side at this place because I remember at my old location back with a lot of different kids, or a lot of kids who are gone now, sadly. Like I'd have like some kids like we're on your side, we're gonna help you escape, and some kids were like no, and some kids would switch sides too. Most of those kids are gone now. The saddest thing about being a camp counselor is when some kids go. Like, you miss a lot of them. And I was talking to a different person today who's also kind of, like, similar to me. About, like, how it's always the bad kids who are, like, the ones who come back. It's not always true, but it seems like the bad kids tend to come back more than the good kids. And it's probably because they're bad kids and their parents don't want to deal with them. Yeah. I should probably actually mine up some of this stuff. There's the diamonds. I found those diamonds so long ago, but now I'm not mining them until I get silk touch. Because they're the rare type. I'll mine them anyways. I don't really want to wait till I get silk touch to mine them. Come on, bro. I forgot I still have cords off. That was something I did because I think Rendog used to do in this series. And if I had actually been competent enough to continue this series, it could have been something cool, but now I don't really care anymore. I will waypoint map for shit's sake. I'm honestly, I want to do this every day, this series. Like, I want to live stream it every day. Like, I get in these points where I get into Minecraft and then phase out, and then get back into it and phase out again. I promise you guys, it seems like it's so late in the summer already, and I've barely done any videos. But now I'm gonna start mass producing. Actually, I want the music to continue while I talk, while I tab out. So I'm going to start mass producing videos, everything. I still have a month. In a month, I'll still be on break. I'm done on the 18th, or summer. At least I go to college. I consider that the end of summer, though. Because I did last year is on the 17th. So we had to do my brother a day earlier. So the end of summer is always so sad. My college email got like shots fired. Some people I know are still at college, or they go to. But I'm not going to college till August. Like, I'm not seeing that campus till August, bro. I hope, my biggest hope for this upcoming semester is it passes by fast. It's weird. The semesters always begin off slow and then start moving really fast near the end. And I want them to move like that the whole time. Like, I'll say first semester August to like September was really slow. But then October and November, those like blinks in my memory. December, I was barely there for December, to be fair. Probably shouldn't count that. Just like zoomed on by. And for the second semester, January and February were really slow. And then March was the halfway point, but it didn't feel like the halfway point. It felt like the 3/4 point, or at least the 2/3 point. Like, all of a sudden, late March and all of April and early May just zoomed on by at my college. Like, seriously. Like, I remember I'd be like, every Saturday I'd do game night with my friends. I'd be like, oh, it's Saturday again? Really? And I invented this system that kind of made it feel faster in my brain, too. It's like, I'd have 3 weeks. I probably talked about this. I'd have week A, or weekend, sorry. Technically weeks would match up with these two, but I had week A, then weekend A, which I was at college for, whatever. Then I have week B, and then weekend B, which I was at college for again, and I would do game night every Saturday with my friends, whatever. Sword fighting Saturday, sword fighting Wednesday, and sword fighting Monday, at least on. Sword fighting Mondays, at least at the start of the year, because that got canceled like in October. And then I would have week C, which is week at college, and I have weekend C, which is when I go home. So it was a really good pattern to get into. I'd be like, okay, it's weekend day. I was home last weekend. Now I'm at college, hanging out with my friends. And I'd have a lot of fun weekends at college with my friends. Same ones I went to Great America with 6 days ago now. What time is it, by the way? 9:14. Ooh. It's weird. I've actually kind of started to notice the sun sets a bit earlier now. It feels like it sets about like 20 minutes, 15 minutes earlier now. Like, it's not as light out at 9 as it used to be. Like, ever so slightly, though. It's probably only 10 minutes or 5 minutes. I don't even know. Today was probably a bit of an illusion because today was thundering and storming all day. And raining. Oh, I didn't even get to that part of the story. I'm going to tell that later. Don't worry. I'll finish up what I'm talking about first. So, I get into this pattern, and it'd be like, okay, it's weekend A, Saturday. And I'd blink, and it'd be weekend B, Saturday. I'm like, oh my god, it's already been a week. And it'll be weekend C. I'm like, damn! And that was like mostly April. Late March, early April, or late March, most of April. And then May it slowed down because obviously the end of the semester is always like that. But yeah, I want it to zoom by. I want like it to zoom by like it did in October and November of 2021, and then as it did in March and April of 2022. That's what I want my college experience to zoom by again. Like, no insults. I love when I'm home for the break. I loved winter break. It was such a nice month of just hanging out. And I've loved summer so far. Although I've had low energy for it. Which is... Because I had high energy from, like, mid-2022. From, like, May of 2022 all the way to... No, sorry, April of 2021. What am I saying, dude? Oh, my God. April of 2021 all the way to about May of 2022. And then that energy finally died down. Like... It finally died down, like, literally a few days after I got back for summer break. Which is kind of sad, because, yeah, my 2021 energy was so hype. I had so much, like, motivation to, like, go out and do things and have the funnest time ever. And now I'm just kind of like, meh, I'll stay home today. That's cool, because life always can't be, like, amazing fun times like 2021 was. Like, sometimes life has to be slow in order for those amazing fun times to be worth stuff. So, I've learned to accept it. Plus, I think life's going to speed up again, for me at least. Or get more chaotic for me again. Wow, it looks pretty good. I did a pretty good job digging this, I think. Except in some spots. Did partially for the cobblestone, mostly just so I could walk down like this. I know this is inefficient, but I've always loved creating these in my survival worlds. Okay, let's get some coal, too. Coal's weird, because I never want to mine it. I've never actually been up here, probably. But that's the thing, though, because you'll get into a point where you're out of coal, and you find, like, one of those you find one of, what's this called? The ore. How am I blanking on what this is called? It's such an easy thing. Nodes, yeah, the ore nodes, and it's like 25. It's like, because the coal spawns like huge amounts, like diamonds, obviously. Not huge amounts it spawns in, but. Anyways, let me continue my discussions with y'all. So yeah, I was talking about. So I was hoping for a great beach day, and every fucking day it rains. But today was horrible. I was hoping that because I knew since I'm gonna be gone next week too, and I was gone for 3 days. I was like, oh, I want to have a great day with my kids today. I want to push them on the main swing because I'm pretty good at pushing them on this baby swing. My arm was actually sore from doing that, and I had to push these other kids on this tire swing at this other camp. And I was like, oh, I missed that baby swing. Because tire swing's a lot harder to push. To, like, go around and around. It takes so much energy. And, well, we didn't even go outside today. Because today was the first day ever that it rained the entire day. Because we've had other rainy days. 2 other Fridays. And some other day, probably, like, that wasn't a Friday. It rained. But you remember Fridays because that's the day you go. That's the day where it doesn't. That's the only day you don't want it to rain. Because beach day. And it happens to be the day it most commonly rains on. But, yeah, this was the first day where we didn't go outside at all because it was just that bad. Like, there were rivers and ponds forming and waterfalls from, like, some pipes. Gutter pipes, whatever. It was like, oh, yeah, this is bad. So, I think I'm pretty much done with my rant. I went on some side stuff that I don't usually like to talk about. Like, I was talking about how I've kind of been low energy recently. And I kind of know why. I'm not going to say why, but I kind of know why. And I want to get my high energy up, but it's going to be pretty hard for me. So, no point in whining about it, I guess. I'll craft some more torches really fast. But my summer job, I can't imagine this summer without my summer job. I'd be depressed this summer without my summer job. Actually, you never know. See, I mean, like, I don't want to mine this whole coal now. Like, I get lazy. I'm like, I don't want to mine all this coal. But I'll do it now because I said that. But that's how you get into coal deficits. Plus, I'm not fortunate either. Oh my god, we're about to run out of food. So I'm mining this tunnel. Which, I was like that, like, your mines usually aren't under your base. They're, like, under an area a little away from your base because everyone goes down straight. Or down in a direction instead of down straight. 1 minute. Oh, I'm so pissed. Someone comes on my stream right when I have to go AFK. Okay, hello. That's why I put stuff in the chat. I'm going to end the stream in about 15 minutes because I got to go soon, unfortunately. But, yeah, I just want a whole rant about my summer job as a camp counselor. And how, oh, the good old days are over. And now I'm being moved camps and, like, I don't get to spend time with my kiddos. And how it's also fun when you, but also kind of, like, a bit sad. Which I kind of described that, too. So, yeah, I actually did a good job showing you how sad it is. Because I sound sad the whole time. I love my job. I love my job. But it does get sad when... Hello, just Cole? Okay, whatever. I've been here for like 5 minutes. Oh, never mind. Yeah. It's sad. So I don't have chat, like, directly open. Like, I see it in the side corner of my eye, but if I'm, like, focused on my game, I don't see it. Because, like, I'm a peripheral. I remember this area. We were like mining this out last time. Yeah, that's my whole sad rant about being pissed that summer is coming to an end soon. Yeah, it's mostly I'm just depressed because I'm thinking about going back to college. Yeah, I'm depressed thinking about ever going back to college because I just love my hometown so much. Ugh, like I can't wait till. I told my parents, bro, once I'm done with college, I'm taking a gap year, like where I work, but like I don't focus on like my career or anything. And I can't. I hope that because my parents have been talking about moving sometimes. I'm like, don't move, please. Like, stay in this town, man. Like I've lived in this town my whole life, other than college, obviously. But like ever since I was born, my parents had this house when I was born. Counselor. I was a camp counselor. I still am one. I'm 5/8 through the job, but it's like changing. Like I'm moving locations and stuff because our camp's like full, or no, sorry, our camp's like getting smaller because kids don't sign up as much for the second session as they do the first one. And I'm also like, oh, it's kind of making me realize, oh shit, summer's coming to an end soon. It's like, ugh. The days go by so fast. That's the issue with even I worked my other job too last year. Like the days kind of just zoom on by. You go to work, you go to work. That's your day. You go home, you're too tired to do anything. And then you sleep. Next day, boom, that's it. And then there's the weekends. And so sometimes it goes by fast. Yeah. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing you can do about it. So, yeah, honestly, I feel like I've put myself in like a depressed mood. But trust me, I'm having fun. I should be excited. I'm going to a new place next week. Even though I won't get to meet the 1 weekers from my main camp for this week. I gotta meet 5 rounds of them. What's missing 1 round gonna do to me? Right? Yeah. So, yeah, I really shouldn't be so depressed. Plus, you never know. Maybe I will be going back for a day or something. Who knows? Who knows? So, I also use the rest of these torches on lighting up my outdoor world here. This is my little... I put a wall around 2 villages that happen to be like directly near each other and connect them through a bridge. Well, it's like an art. It's like art stuff. It's like the kids go. You spend 6 hours, but it usually goes by pretty fast for me. You spend 6 hours, like hanging out, doing art-related stuff, like drama. That's why I was pissed when they moved me, because the other place I moved to was literally just you do arts and crafts related to the ocean, and then you play on the playground. And some drama games, but like barely any. Like, oh yeah, I mentioned we played a lot of Scorpion. Man, I was drinking water, my guy. I was dominating at the game Scorpion. Oh my god, I was so good that kids like I only got to be the Scorpion twice. They cheated against me. This one girl I talked about earlier. She's like that character from that movie Terabithia. She like literally told kids while dead that it was me, and they still couldn't figure it out because they were just like, I don't know, maybe because they thought I was cheating. They didn't really say anything despite knowing it was me. And then the second time, what happened? Oh yeah, someone else decided to be a troll and like also be the Scorpion when I was the Scorpion. It's like, cool, you died, but I didn't kill you, so I wonder what happened. This guy's been here for so many nights. This wandering trader already bought a bunch of his loot. Maybe when you buy his loot, it makes him stay around. Wait, dude, Scorpion's like a game where you shake hands. I'm the type of counselor that there's some counselors who like refuse to play games with kids or participate in their games. I'm like, dude, it sounds like fun. It's the boy counselor thing versus a girl counselor. But anyways, so like it's like a game where you shake hands and you shake everyone's hands. Everyone's shaking hands, but one of them's like a murderer. It's kind of like Among Us, and like they like scratch your hand. And the issue is some of these kids like would make it obvious. Like you'd see them scratch someone's hand and you'd be like, oh yeah, it's you. And sometimes you could like figure out, like this girl that I keep talking about was able to figure out it was me one time because like I would shake someone's hand and like the rule is they have to shake 2 more hands and then they die. And you're like, oh yeah, I wonder who it is. I just saw them shake this person's hand and then shake 2 other hands and then they died. Like, so it's really for dumb kids, that game. But it's super fun, despite that. But anyways, I've also been watching the show, continuing. I watched it nearly 3 years ago. His Dark Materials, but I never watched the 2nd season, so fans been watching it, except today though. My mom's out of town today and for like the next few days, so we're not gonna watch it for the next few days. What type of counselor? I am. There are very few boy counselors, but like what's funny is I only spent 3 days at this camp, right? That they moved me to, and I remember whenever they want like someone to push them on the tire swing, it'd be me because I'd be the type of person who'd the girls couldn't get them as high. I was like, they were moving so fast. Oh yeah, I felt kind of bad that I wasn't able to spend my last day with those kids at that other camp. But that's the issue when you move camps. Like it gives you like it's a lose-lose because you at one point you want to hang out with the kids at the camp you usually work at, especially the kids that are only there for a week. But at the other point you want to hang out with the kids at the camp they switch you to. I think today one of the counselors who also got moved camps, not me, like said goodbye, went to her original one to say goodbye to her kids, and then went to our camp because she was assigned there. And it's like, I should have done that. Like, wait, you can do that? Like, when my boss tells me you're here today, or my boss's boss technically, I'm like, no questions asked. I'm not even gonna do nothing. Yeah. Should probably sleep. Actually, no, it's literally only 9:29 p.m. for me. 9:30 p.m. whatever. And I woke up at 7:45 for work, so it's not really a.m. But I am rambling, so I will end stream actually. So I'll probably play this. I say I'm gonna try doing this world daily. I guarantee you that's not gonna happen. Like, fuck, I'm supposed to be. I should be doing a Subnautica stream. I did like a Subnautica stream over a week ago. I'm like, oh, I'll probably bring these back daily. I know, but okay, shit. I don't want to die to sweet berries. But yeah, I'm gonna end off here. Oh, in game. Yeah. I thought you were talking about real life for a second. I'm like, is that a person? No, I didn't. I agreed with you though. I'm like, yeah, I probably should get off stream. I've been streaming for like 40 minutes, 50 minutes now. Okay, but yeah, it's cool having you around. A random person who popped in my stream who I don't recognize the name of, but maybe I do know you. I sometimes pop into random streams. I don't really do it enough though. Like today, I was in some random girl's TikTok live for some reason. Because, you know, they just pop up on your, like, recommend. I'm like, okay, I'll just sit here for 10 minutes. But, yeah. There was this one dude, like, one time, like, I think it was a few weeks ago now. Like, this guy was streaming, like, Super Mario Galaxy 2 a few weeks ago. And I stayed in the stream for, like, a good 30 minutes, at least. It was chill. But, yeah, I'm going to go, because I am wanted by my family to watch a movie, so. For guys' night, so I'm going to do that. Earlier, I don't want to end stream now because someone's here. Have a good night, man. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Just Cade. Hopefully I don't know you. Yeah, I'll talk for like another minute. I guess I'm skipping Jackbox with my friends tonight. I feel bad because he was the dude I hung out with at Great America 6 days ago, and he's like, oh, you missed Jackbox last night. I'm like, I'll come next Friday, I promise. And now I didn't, just because I didn't feel like it. So, yeah, I honestly, that last conversation brought my mood back up. I love being a camp counselor. It's so much fun. And I'm so excited for what the future holds in my next 3 weeks, which is my last 3 weeks. See you guys. No videos coming tonight, but I have been working on the one. I'll have a Winecraft episode out soon. I might record a Winecraft episode tomorrow morning. I was going to record it tonight, but now it's already pretty late. Because I've hit the point where 9:30 p.m. is late for me now. It used to be like I'd stay up to like 3:30 a.m. But now I stay up. So me staying up to 12:30 is like horrible. What movie? I have no idea. We haven't picked it yet. But in terms of what movies I've watched recently, I watched a lot of 80s stuff. I did watch Thor: Love and Thunder on Monday. I liked it a lot. Thor: Love and Thunder. Oh, what else have I watched? Oh, I watched this one weird movie. It's like Scary Games or something. I don't know. It's like German, and it's super weird. And I watched A Quiet Place Part 2 also recently. Yeah. Thor: Love and Thunder is dope. At least from it's been getting heavy critique solely because it isn't as good as everyone expected. Because people went in with high ass expectations because the last Thor movie with the same director was like super good. And I personally thought it was similar level as to Ragnarok, which some people would be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" But I think it was similar to like in terms of my personal enjoyment, but it probably was a little bit worse. I like the villain a lot. I love how the Guardians of the Galaxy are relevant in it.